Howdy, Dick Boucher, Sandy Hill Locomotive Works. Welcome back to the shop. I'm picking up more subscribers all the time, so for those of you that are joining me, thanks a lot. Makes my effort here a little more rewarding. Now, one of the things, I started this project, I started building this fire engine, and I was taking a lot of still photos of it, and then I was watching other YouTube creators, and I said, I can do that. So this fire engine project in the YouTube channel, hopefully the YouTube channel will keep me on track on working on the fire engine. But one of the things I've done earlier, before I started filming, was these little shackles here that hold these two springs together. I'll get close-ups of it later on. So this video will be kind of still pictures and my comments in between them. So let's see if I can really figure out how the editor works and I can accomplish this. So on with some of the still photos, and I'll describe what's going on with them as I go along. Okay, the first photo here is a close-up of the shackles as applied to the end of the springs. The second picture is a little bit of the drawing and the pieces that were involved in making up the shackles. First part I had to do is make the little yokes, and they kind of messed around with some different ideas. So picture one shows the little forming fixture, the tools I made for the forming fixture, and picture two shows me forming the curve. I heated the brass rod, and softened it up a bit, annealed it, and picture three shows me setting the curve nice and tight around the rod that I used to bend it on. Okay, moving on. When you see my eyes glance down, I'm looking at my notes, or I'm looking at the monitor to make sure I'm keeping track of what I'm doing here. Basically, the next video, the next still shot, drilling the holes in the end of the little yokes that I've just made up. I've cut them off to the length they're supposed to be, or a little longer actually. You'll see why in a minute. And I was having an awful time trying to hold them together while I silver soldered them. And then I got to the idea, why don't I put a little pin between the yoke and the little round detail that goes on the end there. And the little pin in there just worked out absolutely fabulous. So here I am. In the first picture, I'm drilling the holes in the end of the yoke. The second picture, I've mounted that yoke in the piece that I used for setting the curve. If you go back and look at the tooling that I made, you'll see there's a little place where I just machined a curve in there, and I'm holding it in place with one of my little straps that I made when I was an apprentice, and I'm running a 1/4" end mill down the end of the yoke just to give myself a good seating for the little circular detail. The last picture, I'm drilling holes. The circular detail is just a small lathe job. I never bothered photographing. I probably wouldn't have made a video of me doing it. It's just a little detail from the drawing. And I have mounted it in the brass rod that shows up in that earlier picture of the fixturing, and I'm drilling the equivalent little pinhole for the brass pin that I put between the two, and now I'm getting ready to silver solder the units together. All right, getting ready to put the finishing touches on this. The next picture shows me holding the parts together with the welder's third hand, a unique little tool that one of the fellows I worked with along in the trade years ago showed me how to make up to support things while you're welding them. The next picture shows the job ready to silver solder. You'll notice I've got the shackle bracket itself mounted between a couple pieces of fire brick just to keep the heat from transferring into the vise, and it just kept the heat right there on the little place where I was silver soldering, and that worked out good too. Now mind you, there's a little pin holding these pieces in alignment with the welder's third hand sitting holding it together. The last picture is all 4 shackles assembled and holding the springs together. So I guess that would pretty much finish this video for today. So I will say thanks for watching. Give me a thumbs up if you like it. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do, and so long.